You're listening to
Tipsy Book Reads.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Jess.
And we're tipsy. Too many books on my TBR. Too many books on my TBR. Yeah. This podcast is like a book club for the antisocial. We make a drink inspired by the book we read and talk crap about life and fictional characters. We really hope you listen and drink along.
Side effects of listening to this podcast may include reading vivaciously, extreme bouts of laughter, tipsiness from craft cocktails, talking shit about life and fictional characters. Listen at your own risk.
Just a warning, this podcast is explicit. We are all over 21 and there are spoilers.
We warned ya.
How you doing?
Good, how are ya?
I'm good. Why did we sound like Canadian there for a second? How you doing?
How you doing? Anywho.
Oh my gosh. You guys, we're reading A Court of Mist and Fury. We did it. We did it, guys. We convinced her. How do you feel?
Good. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's exciting. So one of the things that people were like most excited about were what cocktails you were going to come up with. So what you drinking?
So this one we're calling the Wedding Crasher in honor of Rhysand totally crashing Feyre's wedding. And it's like spring-ish, but like in the best way because like F them, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's our last like little to spring, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And also she does drink rose tea with Rhysand. So this is rose simple syrup and what did I put in it? Oh, gin and tonic water and lemon. So it's a little bit tart, a little bit sour because Tamlin's feeling a little sour.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually used Japanese gin in this because the
Yum.
botanicals are a little bit different. So I thought it would be like an interesting way to bring out the other flavors.
I'm
So
excited to try it. And if you don't like gin, because we've had a few comments saying, why gin? Because I like gin, okay?
and also these can totally be easily swapped out
Yeah.
with like a flavored vodka
That's
or
what
just
where I was
vodka
going.
in general.
But then I felt like defensive a little bit.
If you don't like gin, you should become a gin person because it is one of the superior liquors.
I think it's good. I've always liked gin though. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I always did like gin, but like now I would pick gin and whiskey over anything. But I don't think I was always a gin person.
Anyone who's been listening since episode 1 knows that we were not whiskey people. And then
Yeah.
we became whiskey people.
Also, you told me that a gin and tonic is like a serial killer's go-to order,
Oh my
and that's
God.
like my go-to order, but I'm not like What is
A
it?
psychopath. That's what it is. So someone put like a statistic up of what cocktail drink is most likely ordered by a certain person. And it was like a huge percentage of gin and tonics were, I think, a sociopath. That's what it was. Because in my brain, I went, oh, Sherlock Holmes. Like,
That's so funny.
you know, I'll be Sherlock Holmes.
Okay. Anyways, cheers.
Cheers. Clink. I'm sad you didn't get a garnish.
Yeah, I always get lazy with mine. I did do the sugar and rose rim.
This is so good. Oh my god. The gin is perfect for this drink.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But yeah, you can put vodka or whatever you want it. You know what? I used to be a huge vodka drinker and now I could live without.
Yeah. If I had to knock, like, out of all the liquors, if I had to knock one out, it would be vodka.
Which is wild.
That is wild. But I definitely, like
Like-
went in my early drinking days, when I first started drinking, I would have, like, chosen vodka as my
I was
go-to.
going to say my 21-year-old self
Yup.
was like, yeah, because I started drinking at 21, is like
Vodka's
crying.
the go-to.
Yeah, that I said that.
Yeah.
Also, like, rum, too. I could live without rum.
Yeah, me too. And that was also, like, a go-to
Yeah.
because it was, like, sweeter. So it, like, didn't taste as alcohol-y. Now I'm like, give me the drinks that you can taste the alcohol.
Yeah, I think that's why I have certain like issues with drinking out because I'm like I'm paying so much money and I don't
Yeah.
taste the alcohol. What, like, you know?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I had a cocktail drink with someone a few months ago, and I thought it was so good. Like I could just suck it down, and they were like, "Ooh." I can't handle this. And I'm like,
oh, that's where you need to go.
This is where you need to go because I'm also one of those people. We both are. Like, one cocktail, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Make it worth it.
I think
Get the best bang for your
exactly.
buck.
Exactly.
Also, I definitely think we've said this before, but we've also just spoiled ourselves.
100%.
We make these cocktails and then we go out and we're like, wait, we're spending $20 for this? What?
Yeah, like, no way.
Yikes.
That's not happening.
But
not anymore.
Anyways.
Yeah, we've ruined drinking out for ourselves.
Yep. And my husband.
Oh, 100%.
Sorry.
Not sorry.
Anyways.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be in this world again. I'm not going to lie. I read it directly following reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. And so then this week I was like, maybe I won't read it again because it was just like a few weeks ago. And then I started thinking about it and I was like, what the heck happened through these 2 chapters? Like, I know what happens in this whole book, but I couldn't tell you what happened
Like the
through
details.
chapters 1 up to 33.
Yeah.
But now I can.
And it's wild.
It's wild.
So right off the bat, people don't like by chapter 1, chapter 2, people are not still on Tamlin's side, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Did you know there was a girl who got a Tamlin tattoo after book 1? Like,
I'm so sorry. This is why we don't get tattoos of unfinished books or series or.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Poor
What was
girl.
the tattoo?
I don't know. It's just like widely known on TikTok. Because it's like used as an example of let's finish the book series first.
Yeah. I've done very, very good at staying off of ACOTAR TikTok, so I haven't seen any spoilers. Like, I really actually do know nothing.
That's so good. I'm going to fix my
I'm
mic really
impressed
quick
with
and it
myself.
might be
Okay.
loud on my end. Hold on. Oop. Told you. It's hitting my knee, and so there we go.
There we go.
It's just going to be sound. But okay, so a little bit of a synopsis. Essentially, book 1, we know that Farah made a deal with Rhysand, and which I still hesitate every time I say his name because I said it differently in my brain. But I think I've listened to the audiobook enough that I can say Rhysand confidently. And anyway, so she makes a bargain, and it's time to come to terms with the bargain, and it gets called in right on her wedding day. Thank God.
Literally, she was saying the same thing.
Thank the cauldron.
Thank the cauldron. She was like, someone send help. Literally walking down the aisle.
Oh my God. We'll get into detail on that part because it's quite the deal. So should I do a character breakdown now, or would you like to wait, or do it now?
For it.
Okay, so because we meet a few characters, and before we started recording, Jessica made the comment of saying like, oh my God, there's so many new names. And it's true. Like, I've sat with these characters now for quite a few books, so I know them well. But like when you're first starting out, it's like, who the heck is Cassian? So we've got obviously Farah, our main character girly, and then Rhysand, who is bad boy, good boy from the Night Court. He is also the High Lord. We have Azriel, who is Shadow Daddy Illyrian. And then we have Mor, who is the cousin of Rhysand. Oh, okay. That was the first time I hesitated. And she has some powers that we're not entirely sure of. It's just kind of mentioned that she's so powerful that she's 3rd in command with him. Then we meet Cassian, who is also the Illyrian, or however you say it. And he helps train Farah. He's quite the warrior. Amaranth. Oh crap! I forgot how to say her name. Amaranth.
Amarin.
Amarin.
I think it's Amarin.
She's like an ancient creature in a fae body, so we don't quite know anything about her other than she drinks blood. Then of course Tamlin and Lucian is Spring Court duo, and we also meet Tarquin from the Summer Court, and he is the High Lord of that court. So brand new stuff. Did I miss anyone that you can think of? I think I got every one of the main.
Yeah, that's all the important people, I think.
Okay, so let's dive on in.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. My biggest thing is we open up with Farrah puking her guts up.
Poor girl.
And she doesn't wake Tamlin.
Okay. Tamlin doesn't wake?
Literally. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not her waking him up.
Right.
Like, how is he not woken by any movement?
It's such like just like an arrogant male thing. Like him just like peacefully sleeping. Like
I just know he's
so
this little
unaware.
Renaissance painting-esque asleep.
Literally. Ugh, they're so not on the same page. He's not in sync with her. Not her playing real or not real. She's like trying to like figure out her nightmares.
I can't even imagine, especially when you experience so much darkness for so long, like literal darkness.
Yeah.
And then you wake up at night and feel that just absolute terror. I mean, also, just like Tamlin, you say that she's the love of your life. How are you not in tune with everything that's going on? Like,
freaking clueless.
She's throughout these chapters slowly dying.
Yeah,
essentially wilting away, and you're just like, la 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 la. Like, I'm just gonna go protect you and keep you in your little home.
Go plan our wedding, babe.
Go plan our wedding. When has she ever come off as a let me host parties and plan a wedding kind of girl? You know?
You know, my whole comment during all of these beginning chapters was, Shadow Daddy, where are you?
Literally. I know. I also just had a note in here that I had to delete real quick before you saw, because I forgot that doesn't happen these chapters. And it is a huge spoiler. Oh my God, I'm so glad I just caught that before you peeked over here. But yeah, like, where is he at? Silence.
Yeah. Tamlin is just, he's so misogynistic.
Can we talk about the fact that every time either of us typed in Tamlin in our phones, it would change to tampon?
Just autocorrect.
Even
every time.
Autocorrect knows.
It's so funny. That is so funny.
It is so freaking funny. I took a screenshot of it being like trying to, should I go back? And we're going to post it because.
My gosh, yes. That's amazing, because we talked about that when we did ACOTAR, like the joke name for him, but then my phone was actually doing it, and I was like, this is perfect.
Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, he's misogynistic.
Yeah. He gives me the ick so bad.
How do you feel about Lucien?
I feel like Lucien means well, but he's weak.
So there are a few things, and I think it's safe to say this, that reading through this, I notice now. Times he flinches.
Yeah.
Times he has also shut down, like
Yeah.
Farrah is shutting down. And I think he has experienced I'm just going to say, trigger warnings. Hold on, let's do trigger warnings really quick. PTSD, abuse, both physical and mental.
Rape.
Yeah. What else? That should cover it. But that's not an extensive list. We should have did that ahead of time.
Yeah.
That's okay. But anyways, that I think he has experienced it for so much longer.
Yeah.
That now looking back at it this time around, I have such a softer heart towards him, because I'm like, just because he's a male and just because he's a friend doesn't mean he didn't go through all of that too.
Yeah, that's true. And just, the emotional abuse of everything.
Yeah.
And
he flinches so many times, I should have counted it.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely scared, but even then, there are several times where he does try to stand up for her, and he
Sorry, I hit my head on the thing.
No.
I'm okay. I'm not laughing at what you're saying.
No,
I was
you're
laughing
good.
at myself.
I thought you were laughing at the motorcycle.
Oh no, that I could have been laughing at that too.
But he did try a few times, at least.
Yeah. Come on, bud.
Stand up to
It's
the
tough.
butthead. But
I just wanted to see if you like caught any of those moments, but maybe I like know more about the story, and so maybe that's like made my, but it's never like explicitly said.
yeah.
Definitely though, looking back, he's like, I'll try my best, to try to get him like hold out,
Yeah.
but like he's still holding out. So what does he think that Farrah's gonna survive any longer?
Yeah. I do think he means well.
He totally means well. I think he's just been in that so long that he has shut down.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. And also, I mean, who knows? Obviously, Tamlin is very controlling. Who knows to what lengths that goes? So, like, yikes. He's so controlling. It's scary.
It is scary. Like, why do you think the answer is lock her up after she was just imprisoned? I mean, I know all of them were imprisoned, but I don't know. Like, he obviously didn't have it as hurtful as she did. Like, there's a theory that Amarantha and Tamlin were mates, and he like wouldn't accept it, because you can accept it or not accept it,
Yeah.
but it's still always kind of there, and so that's why she like lost her mind so much. And I don't know if I fully believe that, because I think she was like evil to start with and would have done it either way,
Yeah.
but curious about that.
Yeah, that's an interesting theory.
Anyways, I wanted to bring that up because we were talking about like him being like quote unquote imprisoned also.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, what are you gonna just like lock her up after all of that?
Yeah, also just him not being in sync with what she needed, because she kept bringing up that he's a protector and that's what he's going to do. He's going to protect and all this stuff. But where Rhysand comes in and like understands what she needs, and that it's not to be imprisoned but to be empowered, and he does that, whereas Tamlin is not in sync with her enough to know that what he is doing, even if it is with the best intentions, is doing more harm than good.
Yeah, Rhysand gave her choices. Tamlin took them away.
Yeah, 100%. And also, Rhysand like instinctually knew more about what she needed than Tamlin did, because he was just in tune enough to freaking care, you know?
He was emotionally intelligent.
Yeah, 100%. Where Tamlin's just like, I'm doing this for your good. Fuck you.
Yeah, like you can't. You gave enough, so you don't get to make any more decisions.
Yeah.
What? Huh? Sorry.
And also, I know you literally saved all of the Fae everywhere, but like, go up in your bedroom. You can't help us.
I know.
And then the whole you can't train thing.
Oh, that fucking pissed me off. Okay, because like, why wouldn't you want her to be powerful? I mean, obviously to control her, but like, she has so much untapped potential.
Yeah.
And even to the point where she's pushing Lucien, like, and she just can't, and you won't let her train.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you give her all the resources to protect herself? If you're being so quote unquote protective, then give her the resources to be, Ugh.
Weak men are always scared of strong women.
Oh,
also, the whole hoping that her powers didn't manifest thing, and like just trying to like keep them hidden, that is not going to help your girl.
No.
Ignoring the problem does not make the problem go away.
Oh, say it again.
So yeah, so let's talk about when Rhysand like comes to the rescue.
Okay,
let's dive right into that. Oh my god,
what a pretty little wedding. I love it.
Yeah, that whole scene was just like, I was just like the high pitched squealing.
I have so many TikToks to send you of people like making memes of that part, and it's just so good.
Oh my gosh, I am obsessed. And Tamlin's just like brooding, like,
no way, no. How embarrassing for him. Like, I love it. Be embarrassed.
100%. And also, anytime like he doesn't get his way, he doesn't try that hard, like with Feyre. And he, like, same thing when they were beneath the mountain. And now he's like, you don't do this to me. But, like, he doesn't actually take any action. Like, he's...
Because he's squared.
Yeah.
He's a little scaredy cat.
Yeah. Weak.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the wedding scene though. Like, first off, I need to see this dress because if everyone was laughing at it, even Alice was like,
what did they do to our girl? What did they do her up in?
I'm just picturing the most ugly, like, so many layers.
Yeah.
That you can't see the bride anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of dress. I don't know. The wedding industry and me, like, needs to know. Also, I need to know the details of this wedding. Like, what rose color did they end up going with? Like,
well, I know there were some red roses, which, like, she specifically said, like, once again, just not being in sync with her needs.
Yeah.
Same thing with the freaking painting set. Like, my dude.
Oh my.
What planet are you on? Boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider.
He's
Come
already
on,
there.
Tamlin.
Like, seriously.
Yeah,
so
dumb.
Stupid. But yeah, she writes that scene so lovely because you can feel the emotions of Feyre of just being like, no, someone, anybody, help. Like, I can see her just, like, looking at everyone with the eyes of being, like, wide eyes, being like, oh, me.
And then we get the hello, favorite darling.
Where's your sticker? I saw it earlier over here.
Yeah, I think I moved it.
Yes. Stunning.
Obsessed.
What a pretty little wedding.
Says the bridesmaid to a waiter.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So yeah, I am obsessed with him. And then how he's just like, you look absolutely ridiculous. You look like the doe-eyed damsel that they were trying to do you up to be, and it is not your look, Connie baby.
That is not your look, Connie baby. But that's the thing, he calls out to a T what is going on, and, like, in 2 seconds.
Yep. And he's like, this is not you. And she's like, you right.
Yep.
This ain't me. Hence why she was calling for him.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Okay. What time are we at?
We got 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Should we just take a break? Or should we do you have anything else?
Yeah, let's do that, and then we can.
Yes, because I'm ready to jump into the Valaris.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll
be right back.
We're back.
We're back.
So, Rhysand came to the rescue. He is calling out all the bullshit that has gone down for the past 3 months, because he gave 3 months before he called in his bargain.
He did, which honestly, what a gentleman.
Honestly.
Like,
but also she probably is like, you could have saved me earlier.
At this point, not, but probably later.
Yeah. At this point, she's kind of pissed. She's throwing shoes at him, which is hilarious. That was such a vibe.
Well, that went well.
Yeah. I loved that. Also, he just, like, granted, he felt it through the bond, like her being up and, like, puking and Tamlin having no fucking clue and all of that. But I feel like even without that, he would have, like, known. And I
wonder why.
He just shares things with her that Tamlin doesn't. So she always talks about how Tamlin has, like, night terrors also, but never shares with her. And I feel like Rhysand and her, it's something that they, like, almost bond over their shared trauma, as opposed to Tamlin, like, trying to be and trying to be all brave for her. And, like, when sometimes people that have gone through trauma, sometimes it's better to be like, talk about it and be open. And Tamlin is not.
No, and Rhysand is just like, well, here's what happened to me.
Yeah.
And I get it. I still don't sleep.
Yeah. And I think that's really healing for her to like,
I'm not alone in feeling like this.
Yeah. That's amazing. And also, like, he is this high fae lord who has been around for centuries and centuries, longer than me, and, like, he struggles with this too.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Tamlin was so closed off from her, and it was, like, just crazy. I feel like his like, gut reaction to, like, when she would, like, have fear, and he wasn't sure if it was, like, if he needed to, like, rescue her, or if it was, like, her dreams, and how, like, that terrified Rhysand.
I can't imagine how that feels, because you only know so much
Yeah.
through that
Right.
thing, that bond or the bargain thing that they have, the tattoo. So to be like exactly that, what is happening all the time, like of course you're gonna be connected seriously to someone, because you're feeling all of their thoughts and emotions and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh my God.
And him feeling helpless, like not knowing if he needed to rescue her.
Our poor baby.
Literally, because obviously like him and Tamlin don't get along, so it's like his whole thing of like, is it worth like starting a war over, or is she just having a bad dream?
Yeah.
And like sorting through that. And he's just like empowers her. He's like, you are nobody's subject. You are nobody's prisoner.
He said, you are a guest in my home. Do whatever you would like, but you will learn how to read. Which is incredible, because they almost died over her not knowing how to read.
They really did.
They came close. Lucien saw his last breath. But I think that's another such great example of like comparing him to Tamlin. Tamlin just didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And even though Rhysand's little lessons were freaking hilarious.
So funny.
It still taught her how to read.
Yeah. I loved his little monologue of like, this is not who you are. You are not just some person to lock up in a room and give paints to and be bossed around by some old grumpy man who's been sitting around on his ass for 50 years. You are more than this.
Yes.
And I was like, you empower her, honestly.
That's just incredible.
And then he was like, when Tamlin was like, no, you can't learn how to fight. You can't do this, that, or whatever. And then Rhysand is like, you know how we get over this trauma? You become a weapon.
Yeah. Oh.
And I was kind of like, I am become a blade.
I haven't thought about it so long. I thought about that the other day now that the Dune movie is out or whatever, and there's that sound that's like, may your knife whatever and whatever, and then it's what the other character says it like enough. Like, I've never seen it, but it sounds like I'm making fun of way. It makes me think of the I am become a blade. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so he gives her space. More like we kind of get to know more a little bit in this very first meeting, but she gives her the space too. She's like ready. I can just see her like pacing, being like, okay, when's she gonna welcome me in? What's gonna happen? Is this my new BFF? And then my favorite part though is her, like when she walked in to Rhysand, you could tell like something had seriously happened. He's like drinking at 9 a.m. and she's like, okay, take me home. And he goes, good morning, Farah. Can you please talk to me like a human?
He's so sassy.
Even though he's fae. Can you please talk to me like a normal fae?
Get it together.
He is sassy.
I love the sass.
Mm-hmm, too.
Anywho, okay, so let's jump ahead to Velaris.
Okay. Is that before or after the tithe scene?
Oh, I think that's after.
So do you want to talk about the tithe scene first?
I'm just looking at my notes to see if I have something about it afterwards, but yeah.
No? Okay. Oh, if I didn't hate Tamlin before, I hate him now. Like, are you joking? Oh, that's how we've done it for thousands of years. And? Are you not High Lord? Can you not change
things?
I'm sorry, what? And that's the thing is, like, even though these people, she doesn't know these, I forgot what they were. Mermaids? Not mermaids.
I don't remember the term.
Me either, but even though she doesn't know them and, like, what they're capable of, she was like, I was hungry, I was starving, and I would do anything for my sisters. Like, of course I'm going to help.
Yeah.
Like, it mirrored the scene where she got all the money for the pelt in the beginning for her sisters when that warrior person or whatever saw her, our merchant, saw her sisters and her and all that stuff and, like, put two and two together and gave her way too much money for it. Yeah. It mirrored that.
It did.
In terms of, like, she had the money now and she gave it back.
Like the pay it forward
type
thing.
Which I loved that. Sarah does a really good job at mirroring. It's just, like, really keeping an eye out for those moments. And so And then they got mad at her. Are you joking?
Oh my gosh. And then to Farrah's point, she's like, I've never worn the same piece of jewelry twice since I've been here.
I don't need this.
He's like, but I gave that to you.
And
okay.
Do you remember when?
You give me new jewelry all the time. This means nothing to me.
I bet Tamlin couldn't tell you if she was a gold or a silver jewelry person.
Nope.
Just saying.
Nor does he care.
Ugh. That was wild. And Ianthe, I forgot to write Ianthe in the...
Oh.
She's not it.
The ick hardcore.
And like Farrah just kind of told her everything.
Yeah.
Makes me a little nervous.
Yikes.
But I kind of just wanted to talk about the tithe of how it shows his true nature too, of not being willing to like give up old fashioned ways in order to make life better. But yeah.
Or like empathize with his people at all.
Or just care about his people at all.
Yeah.
We're thumbs downing the camera.
Okay.
Are we ready for the scene that she gets locked up?
Yeah.
My God. Oh my God. Literally, I almost broke her glass. How do you feel about it? Walk me through your thoughts and feelings and emotions. Like, I still feel, this is my third time reading it, rage.
Yeah.
So much rage.
He's so freaking stupid. I don't know. I just can't imagine how boxed in she must have felt, like she was drowning, you know?
Like suffocating.
Yeah, like no freaking clue in his brain. Like, why would that even cross your mind as an option?
I don't know. Like, he only just wanted to control the situation. And that was his first resort. And that's But wow, what a scene. And we get like a little sliver of Alice being like, please take her.
Yeah.
Please protect her. Like, there's something wrong here. There's something off here. Please help her. And more just like scooping her up.
And just doing everything by the book so that like she could stay with them for as long as she pleased.
Yes. And we learned that Rhysand could have like thought, put one ounce of thought into it and the shield was down. He's so powerful.
He's so powerful. And when she got to him just like his communication and just explaining to her how she's safe and that whole thing of just like, you know, she was probably so much in fight or flight and him just getting her out of that. Incredible.
Yeah.
The communication.
And also, you just know that he stayed with her the entire time of her like sleeping it off.
Yeah.
Cheers. Oh my gosh.
And polar opposite of Tamlin, while our girl is up puking, Rhysand is right there holding her hair back.
Oh my God. And helping her have coping mechanisms, teaching her things to try to get through it.
Yes, and empathizing and telling her his experience so that she is not alone. And it's just like literally night and day.
It is. Speaking of night. So it's such a cool thing. Like, okay, so we find out a little bit later that this city is off limits.
Yeah.
It is off limits for everyone. Nobody knows about it. And he had every right to say, no, you're going to stay here. Or you can roam anywhere around here, but you can't go with me.
Yeah.
Because she is technically enemy territory.
Yeah.
She is. And Rhysand thought about it and finally was like, okay, let's go.
I trust her.
I'll give you 10 minutes. And then he timed her. But yeah, he made that split second decision of to trust her.
Yeah.
And bring her into the city of Starlight.
Incredible.
Oh,
Okay.
Laura sounds amazing.
It does. Stunning. I just want to say, Hello Farrah Darling is obviously a vibe, but How about "You Are My Salvation," Farrah?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm so
He's drooling on her carpet. We're drooling.
Yes. Oh my god.
Please.
The more and more Rhysand speaks, the more and more I'm in love with him.
Literal definition of Shadow Daddy.
Love him.
Did you enjoy the sight of me bowing before you or whatever? Oh my
And
gosh.
you know she did. You know she did.
Oh, 100%.
She was like,
especially when she was like thinking back to like, I can't.
Yeah.
He's just amazing.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait for you to read more too, because that's such a special moment. So like, pin that in your head.
Okay.
So, what do you think of Valaris? Like, tell me your feelings and thoughts. And like, were you frustrated at first that there was this secret city that was kept from Amarantha, or were you like, I get that?
I get that.
Yeah, 100%. Like, would do it too. And you would do it too for a change.
Yeah. I just think that Rhysand's incredible, like how much he gave up to protect that at all costs, you know?
He gave everything. Literally everything.
Yeah.
What a precious little High Lord. Oh my gosh.
10 out of 10. Precious little old man. And she calls him that. She's like, he's old.
He's old. He's cranky.
He's past his bedtime.
He's past his bedtime. I love
But
that.
yeah, Valaris is stunning. I can't wait to read more about all of that.
Oh, I just want to be there. Let's chat about the inner circle.
Okay. Besties.
Besties for the Rusties.
I love their whole backstory and everything, and how Feyre once again was like, oh, like, this makes me feel like I'm not alone, because they went through struggles, you know, where I feel like Tamlin, not necessarily that he never had any struggles, he just, because we don't really know, like, he never really gave anything to her as far as, like, emotionally.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have had a hard bringing up, like, who freaking knows, because he never shared anything with her. Whereas, like, these people on their first meeting were like, oh, yeah, like, this is what we've been through. Like, this is our upbringing. Like, we can't imagine what you've been through, but, like, we're sharing a little piece of how we got here.
Right away.
Yeah.
Like, at their dinner table, every single one of them were like, okay, here you go.
We love a good trauma dumping session.
Ugh, always. Always. But I said something before the cameras were rolling, which I said I need, like, a Friends show version of the Inner Circle. Yes. Because that's the vibes they give. Like, Cassian and his just absolute, like, Joey vibes, just not giving a fuck about anything and just there for a good time. And Asriel just kind of being like the spy master. Incredible. But also like freaking adorable. Like every little glimpse that we get of him, I'm just always like, oh my God, I need more information about him. And then more just being fantastic. Like,
I'm obsessed with her.
Me too. And she's described as being this like beautiful, powerful, incredible person. And Feyre just is like basically one day I'll be like that. Yeah. Like living through something horrible and then also finding joy in things.
Yes. And she is the like ultimate example of like women building other women up and like hyping them up, and the whole like straightening other people's crowns type of thing. Yeah. And she's like a total badass, but she's like, you're a badass. You're a badass. Let's go.
I love it. I love them. And then his first in command or whatever,
Amarin.
Mm-hmm.
I am so confused. Like, I need to know, like, what.
No, you should be at this point. You're so confused.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
She just like, drinks blood soup, and that's all I know.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I just need to know more. Like, why? And, like...
I don't know if I still know.
And she, like, compares herself to Feyre, in a sense, of, like, something that was something and is now something else.
Yeah.
And I need to know more.
Yeah, because we don't know. And then I love when Feyre does ask at one point, like, why blood? And Rhysand is just like, doesn't seem polite to ask.
He's so funny. Also, the, like, her like definitely being jealous and being like, are you guys like lovers?
Ugh.
And he's like, I tried. I tried one time.
She laughed for
little
days.
Little old me. She laughed. And now I just buy her jewelry for the fun of it.
To keep her on my good side. It's so freaking funny. Like, I just love his responses. I think it also shows like Sarah's ability to write. I know that so many people say like she's not a good writer. Ugh, shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, go ahead and write something. Try. But also, she gives us well-developed characters in one chapter.
Yeah.
She says, let me use this dinner as a writing tool to give you as much information about this inner circle as I can in one chapter.
Yeah.
Without being like, oh, I don't know what's happening because there's so much information.
Yeah.
That takes skill.
Stunning. I love it.
That takes skill.
And I love all of them, and they're all besties, and
I really want a novella of like Cassian, Rhysand, and Azrael's just like shenanigans.
yes. Oh my gosh. 10 out of 10. We need it.
Yes.
Okay, so them not doing a tithe?
Oh, yeah. Tithe who?
Yeah, they're like, honey.
Tithe what? Like,
we like our people around here.
yeah. She's like, oh no, the people are taxed, but like,
That's it.
we don't do a tithe. That's crazy. That's absolutely barbaric.
Yeah. It was, I want to know why she saw the bone carver as a like young child.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild.
Oh yeah?
Stop. Next.
Okay.
No, but it's interesting. And it's also interesting that like Rhysand saw what's his face? Jurian.
Yeah.
Jurian.
Yeah, Jurian.
Like, why out of all the people?
Yeah.
And also, like, obviously, Farrah doesn't know who this person is. This kid is. Like, we don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how come he has met someone that is just so, like, you know?
It's weird.
Yeah,
Very weird.
it is strange. It is strange.
And then jumping over to the whole Weaver section, which we can totally skip all of that.
Okay.
But-
But also, important to note in your brain.
Yeah. Okay.
But Weaver is wild.
And also Rhysand just like chilling in a tree, like,
What a jerk.
I know she's got this. She's fine.
No.
She's fine.
I would have punched him.
I would have been pissed.
I
too.
would have been so pissed. Like, Farrah had every right to be just livid with him. And even Cassian was like, you're a prick. Like,
Yeah. You did not help
that's
her at
actually
all.
really
Come on.
mean. And Amara or whatever her name is like, I don't know why I can't remember her name today. But anyways, is like, I mean, ballsy. Like,
And he's like, I have faith in her. See, she's alive.
she's alive.
She's fine.
Oh my
Everything's
God.
fine.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, I'm covered in
I'm
the
not
grease
fine.
of humans.
I am not cool. But yeah, so much happens in this book. Oh my God, we need like 3 hours to talk about this.
Honestly, we need to get it together.
Okay, so we talked about the Weaver. We need to talk about
Him sending her the music when she was under the mountain in the
Okay.
prison.
and then not sending her the pictures of Valaris.
He-
I wrote
He's
that
like, I
down.
didn't send you that.
I wrote that I said he didn't send the images of Valaris because I forgot.
How the heck does she see the images of Alaris?
I don't know. That's wild. Yeah, I wrote that down because I'm like curious to see if we did, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
get to it. But yeah, but the music thing was so sweet. Like, back to that, not to like negate that,
Yeah.
but loved that.
And just the like, he was like, basically saying like, I felt helpless and I knew you needed something to not feel like you were dying.
Yeah.
And this was all I could offer. Meanwhile, Tamlin's over there sitting next to Amarantha, fucking not
Deadpan.
doing anything.
so annoying.
This bitch.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah.
My last note is about the training scene with Moore and Amarin,
Okay.
but also the importance of the first training scene when she's like, or not the first, but one of the first that we really go into detail of her saying, coming to terms with like it should have been me who died or whatever,
Yeah.
and then Rhysand just like taking his wings and like
Yes,
covering
cocooning
her,
her.
cocooning her. being like,
I
oh,
loved how it described it as a cocoon. And it was just like,
she was protected.
and also like she felt that way, and at the same time he was feeling so guilty for not being able to save her.
Yeah.
And it just shows so much of his heart, of like how much he gave up to save his people and all this stuff, and was like, and I still wasn't able to save her.
Oh,
And he, oh my God, at the dinner with the sisters, when he was just like realizing how young she was and how that was
Yeah.
taken from her,
yeah.
and him just like,
Being absolutely angry. He's like, I barely got through that. And she's like, what do you mean?
yeah.
I forgot that happened in this chapter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they had the whole dinner with the sisters.
And he was like, it's going to take me a while to get over what your sisters did to you.
And same with
Because
Cassian. Cassian called
They
Nesta out at the
Oh,
table.
10 out of 10. It's like,
He
you
said-
should have protected her.
Yeah. You expect me to sit here and be okay with the fact that you let your younger sister go out and hunt for you while you sat around? Try again.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the vibes between them. Even Rhysand was like, too bad they're not gonna kill each other. Like, interesting.
Yikes.
Oh, sorry, microphone.
Sexual tension once he gets over the whole you didn't
1000%.
protect her thing.
And also, Nesta gets over herself. Like, but okay. So that all happens. The queens, they have to bring the queens and everything like that. I forgot about the queens, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, so how long has it been since she's like been introduced to the inner circle to the point of the dinner? Do you think?
A few months.
Okay.
Because they at least have 2 or 3 months before she loses. Oh my gosh, we got to take another break? Okay, I'll say this quickly. She has a few months before she decides that, like, she can't take it anymore.
Right.
Which is crazy because the one time Rhysand comes and picks her up and she, like, walks out and she's like, he goes, is there no food? Are you lack of food?
Are they
like,
starving you around here?
She must be, like, bones.
Yeah.
Dead.
Which is wild. And then
Yeah.
every time she goes with him, she just like,
Also, he always makes sure, did you have enough food? Like, without being like, you need to eat more.
yeah,
He does that so beautifully.
amazing.
But yeah, oh my God. Okay, so we should take a break. Not us going into 3 clips for this. This is gonna be a long episode. We love you. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I did want to just go back. I kind of briefly mentioned, but the scene where Cassian and her are fighting and stuff, and Amren is watching, Mor comes and shows up, and they're like just totally busting Cassian like crazy, and he's like, why are you even here? And Mor goes, what do you mean? We're supposed to be meeting here, and Rhysand is gonna come and give us some more information. And he's like, nobody told me. And she's like, Amren was supposed to tell you. And she goes, oops. Love it.
They're so funny.
Love it. But they're going to the summer court to try and get something very, very particular.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this book? These pages, technically.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's just like weirdly briefly mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then like her ability to like find all of these things that they need to find and everything.
Which apparently the ring was a test
Yeah.
to see. Okay.
So annoying.
Yeah.
Come on.
But oh my God, was that me? Sorry.
Little martini
Oh my
glasses.
gosh. But anyways, yeah, that whole scene was funny. So they go to the summer court. Tell me about that.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about this guy. What's his name?
I think it's Tarquin.
Sure. He's just like,
I kind of like him. Like, I feel. Man, I read one chapter ahead. I'm scared to say. You can take this. If this is clipped weird, it's because I'm gonna say something that might be for next episode. So you're like iffy about him.
yeah, I just like, I don't know. I haven't decided because he's kind of just like, we're not going to war over something petty, which like, fair enough. But like, I don't know. I just like barely got a glimpse of him, you know?
Yeah. Also, I forgot her name, but the other woman that's on his court,
Yeah, I don't
obviously.
remember.
She mentions like, oh, so should we be calling Tamlin like you're the bride? This is what the ancient laws are. And recently was like, try me. Actually, that's not a threat. This is a promise.
A promise. And Farrah's just like, at least immortality's not going to be boring.
Yeah. Oh. know. You're going to love this next part. It's so fun. It's so fun.
I'm excited. So excited.
Okay. Wow. We're so sorry. This is a long episode. It's been a while since we've done a really long one.
Right? There's just so much to talk about in this book.
I know. It's a thick one.
It is. She thick.
She is. She is. Okay.
Okay. So my overall thoughts. I've been over Tamlin, but so over him. Literally obsessed with Rhysand. His vibes, immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
Feyre is becoming quite the queen.
Also, wow, the intelligence. Like, not us totally tearing her apart in the first book, being like, she's not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
Oops. Yeah, she's come
a long way.
She has come a long way. She is learning to stand up for herself, and she's just being pumped up by our boy Rhysand, and I love it.
We love when you surround yourself with good people.
Yes, and he's actually letting her live her life, not just locking her up like cattle. And they'd better be endgame, because if not,
You tell him.
I will. Yeah.
I feel like I can't give my overall thoughts.
Okay, fair.
I just love it. Period.
Okay. So my predictions.
Okay, because I can't give predictions.
No, because you know what happens. Okay, so her and Rhys are hard eyes, and they better stay that way. Okay, so I think obviously she's gonna play a huge role in this like upcoming war situation and like gathering these things like the books and whatnot. And I don't foresee Tamlin putting up much of a fight for her, because like that's the thing. Apparently, like if he wants to put up a fight, like it could break out in a war, but like I think he's just too weak to like, you know. I just So I don't know long term, but I do think that like obviously she's going to be a huge role in this war situation.
100%. Yeah. Okay, and then we did Hogwarts houses.
Yes.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. So I don't feel like I know enough yet about Cassian and Azriel, so I skipped them.
I did do them, but I can skip them too if you want.
No, you can do them because I'm curious. For Rhysand, I said Slytherin.
Interesting.
What'd you say?
Ravenclaw.
Okay. Feyre, I put Gryffindor.
Oh my god, this is so funny. It auto-corrected it to Griffin's Or.
Okay. Tamlin is a squib.
I didn't even include Tamlin. I didn't even include him.
Okay. More, I think she is Hufflepuff bestie.
Okay. I could.
And I think Amaran's a Ravenclaw.
More is tough. Maybe Hufflepuff. I could see how you're getting that.
I think just how she interacts with the others makes me think Hufflepuff.
Okay, I could see that. I said Cassian's a Gryffindor, and Azriel is a Ravenclaw.
Okay.
And then Amarin I didn't do. But I personally would put her as a Ravenclaw.
Yeah, that's what I put.
Okay, what kept you up?
Okay, what did keep me up? I said, okay, so my biggest pet peeve lately is people cutting in line. Like grown-ass adults not being able to wait their turn or like have any bit of patience. Like, what is that?
I don't know. That's so true.
Like, wait your turn.
Yeah.
Like at the brewery the other day, there was like 2 or 3 people in line. And this person walks up and stands at the counter and starts like waving his card to me. Okay.
There's a line.
Hello. Get in line. So just like,
what did you say? Like, what did you do? Like, oh, I'll help you after these 2 people who are in line already.
I was like, basically. And then like just kind of ignored him and served the next people in line. And then he like walked away and then like came back later. Okay. What? So yeah, people are like, no patience. Where are their social skills? And then also something that keeps me up is like certain spoons. Like like spoons that are like not the small spoon,
Yeah.
but also like when the handle is like
The handle
like
is what
sharp
gets me.
almost.
Mhm.
Like
Fair.
stresses me out.
Fair. Totally fair.
You want to do what kept you up, and then we'll go into kept me home?
Yeah. So what kept me up? No, I actually haven't had anything like crazy frustrating happen in terms of like that I'd like to talk about, but there I will like piggyback on your cutting in line thing. I have something else written down, but when you said that, it reminded me I was in Chick-fil-A the other day and I was in line and I got my food, and how our Chick-fil-A works, because it's a small parking lot, they have a stop sign for right after you go and after you pick up your food, you have the right of way, and the people that are wrapping around to get in line have to stop. Okay? 2 cars ran it. And I just waited, which is dumb because it's backing up the whole line. And then I go, and the first person gets in their line, and the person that actually ran the stop sign missed the line, missed the line to get in, and had to go around again.
Karma.
I was like, I said, ooh, that sucks. And it was great. And you know what? I enjoyed my little extra crispy. Oh, they weren't extra crispy anymore. Chick-fil-A doesn't do extra crispy. But my little large fry with Chick-fil-A sauce.
I love
No
that for you.
Chick-fil-A sauce. And the whole time I was sitting in that line, I kept singing in my head the no Chick-fil-A sauce, no Chick-fil-A sauce, no Chick-fil-A sauce. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But my actual what kept me up, I've been watching the National Geographic docuseries on photographers. And like, fun fact about me, obviously I'm a photographer, but when I dual enrolled, we had an English class. It was ENC 1101, and I was like 15 years old. And we had to write about our careers. I wasn't even on track to be a photographer at this point. Like, yes, I was taking pictures, and I think I had done a few senior photos at this time. But I really wanted to be a teacher, and I wrote about wanting to be a National Geographic photographer.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. And I got 100 on this paper, which apparently the teacher didn't give 100.
Oh, heck yeah.
And he like showed it to everyone. It was so fun.
Amazing.
I have to find this because I can't remember exactly what I talked about. But watching this documentary, I was like, oh my God, I just like the spark for photography is slowly coming back, like with this documentary. But also, I'm like, I could never see myself doing any of these things. Like, these people are diving in the Arctic to take pictures of sea lions.
Yeah, or like out in the jungle where there's like actual lions
This
and shit.
woman, it was in the water with 5 sea lions. And she was just like living life.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, I just give off good vibes and they give good vibes back. And like, it was such a, and her husband was like, I don't want you to do that again. And at first I was like, ew, not a man telling her what to do. And then I was like, wait, sea lions are actually
really mean.
really horrible. But when you watch the footage, they really are like playing with her. Like chilling with her, like having fun with her. Wild. Like, I do believe that there are people in this world that give off just like such good, whatever you want to call it, vibes, whatever, that like animals will just not harm them. But yeah, and that was really good. And then a few other photographers that I had forgotten are technically National Geographic photographers that I've like studied before, and they've photographed like huge celebrities and are incredible. Like the pictures, looking at them, I'm like, oh my gosh,
amazing.
Your brain. And so
cool.
that's been keeping me up. I've been trying to stay one episode a night. And then what kept me home was I've been rereading the Red Queen series.
Yay.
So I'm a big fan of Hoopla now, and they have all of them like easy access. So
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Keeping me home was this book, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, speaking of your photography, we did our annual photograph.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun in your newly renovated home.
Yay.
I'm so excited.
So
We're just about done with it.
I know. We have a functional kitchen now. Yay.
Love it. But anywho, we've kept you guys long enough. This was a long ass episode, but worth it. And I cannot wait for you to read the rest of this book. I kind of have a feeling like we're going to get to the end and you're going to say, I know we have another book planned, but maybe we should read the next one. And I wouldn't hate it.
Okay.
I wouldn't hate it.
Fair enough.
But you've been listening to
Tipsy Book Reads.
Like, follow, comment, subscribe. We love you. Bye.
Bye.